search of the 3 missing Montgomery College students continues in Frederick County.
And I got to play with your wand. It was great.
Definitely fun.
Oh, keep going.
Hey everybody, welcome to an episode of Footage Foreplay, and we're joined today by Tiny Voice, aka Dan Bowhers. Oh, I'm the only one clapping? Come on now, you gotta give him more of a welcome. Welcome, Dan. Is it Dan or Daniel? What you go by?
Dan is fine.
Okay, Dan. Okay, cool. Well,
Danny
welcome to Footage Foreplay. I know you know these guys. I haven't formally met you yet. You probably think I'm crazy, but we're here. I'm excited for you to be here. I can't wait to talk about your movies. But before that, introduce yourself to the listeners, in case they don't know who you are. And
my name's Dan Bowhers. I'm a New York City-based writer, director, and visual effects artist. My first film was Blue Hour, The Disappearance of Nick Brandreth, which you either loved or hated, depending on your personality and gender. Beyond that, I'm a pretty normal dude. I ride bikes and I like cats. I like representing New York City, but I'm a Boston boy.
Okay, so you live in New York with them nasty rats. You like cats, so that's good because they'll take care of the rats. And what else you say? You ride bikes? I don't know how to ride a bike. Maybe you could teach me. But that's great. Okay, well, Blue Hour was great too, by the way. We showed that.
Thank you.
Is it possible to learn to ride a bike at past 15 or 20?
Oh, girl, don't shade me. I don't absolutely have a conversation.
I just never hear of that. Usually people, if they don't know how to ride it by the time they're in their 20s, they usually just don't care, or they never try it,
Human beings are
I kind of want Terrell to now. I want us to teach Terrell to ride a bike.
Yeah.
Ooh, that could be a short film in itself, girl. It'll be a comedy. Hot Mess Express.
It's a snuff film.
Yeah. Period. So, Dan, how did you get into filmmaking? Where did your start come from? How did you get into horror and sci-fi? Because you love sci-fi. How did you get into this stuff?
Oh, I love sci-fi. I started making films when I was probably 6 or 7 years old. I started doing stop motion with Legos, and claymation was something I was really interested in when I was a kid. I studied film and international relations at Clark University. I sort of felt like you needed to have something to study that was real, and film classes were really easy for me. My first thing that I produced was a short film in the city here. We shot a thing called This Is Dawn, and it was about a kind of aging punk who walks rich people's dogs via skateboard, which was really just because I saw a dude getting pulled by a Great Dane down the street, and I thought it was cool. I'm like, that would make an interesting story for a film. The horror stuff started a little bit later. I mean, I've always loved horror films. I would say I'm a Hitchcock, and I don't know, Hitchcock was really my dude forever. To the point where in college they told me to stop talking about him. You've done two, just no more, please. You've no more. But I really like low budget horror movies specifically. I would say Humanoids from the Deep is a seminal film for me, which is an odd one.
Hey, what's your favorite 3 Hitchcock?
Favorite 3?
Yeah.
Vertigo's number 1. Psycho's number 2.
Psycho. Period. Oh, what's number 3?
I'm not even going to say a third.
Why? Come on.
It's just too tight. It's hard. I mean, Spellbound is pretty dope.
Tight.
North by Northwest is fun. It's hard to omit that one. I mean, it's a pretty trite top 3, but Rope is pretty cool.
I was going to say, I fuck with Rope pretty hard. I might put
Rope
that
is good.
You do fuck with Ropes pretty hard. You sure do, Evan. Okay.
Hitchcock's one of those things I got into the Vaselines. They're a band that Kurt Cobain liked.
Rope and Vaseline. What is this?
There's a band called the Vaselines.
Oh,
and they were
gotcha.
They were Kurt Cobain's favorite band. So if you like genre films, it kind of all goes back to Hitchcock, in my opinion. So it's sort of your favorite artist's favorite artist sort of thing, and that's why I gravitated to him so hard.
Do you have a deep cut? Are you a frenzy defender, or do you have what's the weird one that you like?
I think Marty's the weird one that I like.
Oh, that is a weird one. Yep.
It's not necessarily like super rewatchable, but it's dope.
Why do you like that one?
I don't know, man. I just want to watch. I mean, if I had to like be really pressed about the weirdest one, it is Vertigo. I think Vertigo is a very strange movie because you're really just watching like beautiful shots of San Francisco. Which, yes, please, gimme.
You know, I'm curious, and I promise I'll get off of the Hitchcock thing, but I agree. I think Hitchcock is super important and influential. I mean, that's not even like a hot take or anything. But
no, it's not.
Vertigo. So, have you ever heard that they did a like a marketing to college tour with Vertigo? Like that it didn't do well in the theater, and that they repackaged the movie as kind of like an intellectual venture, and that colleges kind of like hooked into it, and that's where it kind of grew to be the #1 movie according to IMDb, which beat out Citizen Kane.
Well, I didn't know that last part. I wouldn't say that Vertigo is like a better
Yeah.
movie than Citizen Kane. In fact, I think I could probably rattle off 2 other Orson Welles movies I'd put ahead of Vertigo, but no, I didn't know any of that, man.
Yeah, you know, I can't verify it, and I remember I heard it a long time ago, and it rang true to me because I think, you know, out here in the Bay Area, like you said, a lot of it is just beautiful cinematography out here. And, you know, I watched it the first time, and I had read about it because it was part of a Hitchcock class I was taking at college, and I came in so pumped, and I watched it, and I went, oh my God, this movie's so boring. And then I watched it 5 more times in a theater, all different theaters out here, and it, you know, eventually I got like super jazzed on it, and it is one of my favorite now. But I had to like embrace the green dress. I had to, you know, get into the idea of Kim Novak not being the first choice and her not really having the chops, and Hitchcock being like, I hate her in this movie. But then Truffaut being like, well, the reason she can't act makes the movie so good because she is a non-actor portraying a performance of a, like, you know, once you get into like all of the discussion about the movie, I was completely engrossed. But before that, not really.
Well, I think it's older films sometimes don't resonate, like, right? Like they're there's such a different world. There's a different pace to them. I think they're important to watch though, because it teaches you fundamentals. And personally, especially like growing up in like the late 90s and early 2000s, those horror movies didn't speak to me the same way like a thriller, like a Hitchcock film did, because I don't know that my brain was ready to like piece together how to make a movie like that. And if I'm watching something from like 1960, I was like, oh, okay, we can kind of crawl before we start to walk, sort of thing. So like the more you kind of learn about the past, you have like a foundation to build on. You're not just like trying to replicate what's going on. You've got something inside, and then you start to appreciate your De Palmas or your, you know, Pedro Almodovar, like all these filmmakers who have just been completely shaped by Hitchcock. And then you kind of like, oh shit, I see that. Like even the movie A Different Man, that was something that I saw recently that I'm like, oh shit, this just feels like a Hitchcock film in New York City.
Oh, rad.
And that starts to like, I think you can kind of just shape what you want to make way better because you kind of started with something that your brain could wrap its head around. Like I watch like, especially modern films, I can't always figure out like, well, how would I even tackle that problem? I don't want to.
Yeah.
Damn, I've heard a lot of people talk about A Different Man, but I've never heard it compared to Hitchcock or like even having that vibe.
Oh, that's a great movie.
not-
That's the guy with the fucked up face, right? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a true story, I think. It got Winter Soldier in it. I liked it.
If Winter Soldier's in it, I doubt it's true.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's in costume too.
Well,
Damn.
Sebastian Stan. There we go. I couldn't think of his name. My bad.
No.
I'm glad that killed with Dan. These guys never like my jokes, so it's
No.
nice to have somebody who
Yeah, it's
appreciates
not.
good humor.
Dan, you thought that was funny? Okay, so you were in the Evan humor. Okay, no wonder he thought I was crazy. All right, so back to this Blue Hour. Tell me about this
That's
one.
fun.
I had to pull out the Blu-ray now. You got to come sign it. Period. Yeah, this is great.
Wait, hold
So,
on.
how'd you get?
Wait, yeah.
I want to know how he got.
So
the found
hold on.
footage.
I want to. You mentioned he should come sign it. Hey, Dan,
He should.
you fuck. Oh, why aren't you coming out here for your goddamn movie?
Yeah,
You're kicking off another hole in the head out here. And I remember a long
Yep.
time ago, the whole reason I lied to George, I was like, this movie's gonna be really good. You're gonna want to show it. And he was like, I'll just book it without even watching it. And I was like, yes. Now we get to meet Dan, and Trell will get his Blu-ray signed. And then what
Period.
happened?
And he just said he loved the San Francisco scenery. He's like, give me more, give me more. Did he
Yeah,
just
give
say
me
that?
more.
Y'all clocked it. So how about you come see it for yourself in person?
We're gonna
take
help
a
me
step-
watch Video Kill instead.
Yeah.
I'll take it a step further, man. Probably my favorite sci-fi horror is Body Snatcher 78.
There you go.
So I am all about San Francisco. I would love to be there. I have a job
period.
to do.
Oh. What you do?
And also, if you telling me that the film's only in the festival because the director of the fest didn't watch it is not extra incentive for me to fly across the country.
No, of course I'm lying. And the honest truth is, you hit me up with that movie so long ago, and I was like, "Oh, I'll check it out. I'm very excited about this." And then I just kind of dilly-dallied, and I had already been talking to George, and he watched it and was like, "Hey, dude, I think I'm going to program this. Did you want me to wait for you to like?" And I'm like, "No, if you like it, you should totally." And then he was like, "Yeah." So he's like opening the fest. We're going to go out there on the 5th. We're going to intro this bitch, and I'm going to lie to everybody out there about you, Dan. I'm going to tell them all
You can
sorts
tell
of
them
terrible
anything.
things. Yeah.
Damn.
To be honest, that's probably even worse.
I know. But Dan, yeah, congratulations. Sorry, Terrell. I just had to jump in there and work in a plug for another hole in the head and give him shit. And if anybody's wondering why I'm so hard with Dan, remember a long time ago, if you've been listening to me podcast, he is the Dan Bowhers that threatened to ship pipe bombs to my house because I didn't say how many films we showed of his of 24 Hour 24. So just
Oh
again,
my God.
just to reiterate, we showed all of Inc. Incredible faux reality TV. Well, faux reality TV. It couldn't get more redundant than that.
Wait, wasn't there a hole in your street like a few months ago? Did he just miss?
Oh my, really worth it.
No, that's not funny. No.
Not even
No,
Dan
no.
was laughing at that one. And,
No,
then,
he giggled. I'll take it.
That was horrible.
and then we also
You dug
showed
that hole.
the Blue Hour, the disappearance of Nick Brandreth.
Yes. Here we
yeah.
go.
So Dan, I love you. Thank you for not sending a pipe bomb. And Terrell,
You're welcome.
I surrender to you again.
Oh no, it's
Terrell,
fine. I
thank
just wanted to
you.
talk
Thank
about-
you for thanks for supporting Blue Hour. It's cool
Yeah.
that someone liked it.
Period. We need the next one on the way too. So hopefully that's in the works. We'll get to that later. But yeah, let's talk about found footage. What got you into the subgenre, and why found footage for this?
Okay, so Nick Brandreth, the actual human being, and my creative partner.
I love that whole angle that you have when you're talking about this movie. You have to differentiate whether it's the real Nick Brandreth or the fictional one.
Yeah. He and I have joked a number of times. That's him. I am not a fan of found footage. Full stop. We accidentally made a found footage film. I've seen a small handful of found footage films. It's not that I have it's not for me. It doesn't really suit our style and strengths. With me doing visual effects, Nick being an amazing photographer and filmmaker in his own right, we tend to be a little bit more artful and farty about our stuff. And it's not that we have a problem with found footage. There's actually something that I quite like about mock documentary. The movie Popstar is something that I watch probably twice a year,
Hell yeah.
minimum. I
haven't
love a
seen
good
that.
fake doc.
Oh, you would like
Okay.
that, Terrell.
Yeah, you should
would like
leave
I
this
own it.
conversation
It
and
has a
go watch
gold
Popstar.
slip cover. Yeah, I have it, but I haven't watched it yet.
That dick
Nice.
on the
I-
window moment is singed into my brain.
There's dick on the window.
Yeah, he's in now.
I don't know that I've ever laughed as hard in a cinema as I did watching Popstar for the first time.
Wow.
I mean, literally got sick watching it. And yeah, we were at a festival with me and some of the Drumlins folks this summer. And we were just like, you guys want to go to the night screening or do you want to just watch Popstar? We just watch Popstar.
Russ, have you
Off the
seen this
festival.
pop star?
Only the beginning. Somebody tried to show
Oh.
me, but it was after a day of drinking,
man.
and I was like, I could
You
not
didn't care.
I think he turned it off. Actually, Terrell, you were there. We were drinking.
I was?
We were drinking his Jameson and pounding the
Oh,
bottle.
clock it!
Yeah.
I think I remember that. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Shout out
I do.
to
When you
Sean
said
McDonough
Jameson.
who threw that on.
Yep. I shall
and
be
he was
drinking all
like-
his Jameson.
Yep. And we were over in a table in the back of the room, way too wasted to engage in a movie. So
Yeah.
that's as much as I know about that film.
It's amazing. So yeah, mock
is.
doc
It's
more
good.
than anything, and truly just hating true crime with a passion, and wanting to kind of parody it and push
Hell
it to
yeah.
the weirdest. That's kind of where it came from, you know. And
Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever
Really?
heard you
You
say
hate
that
it?
part, that you were parodying true crime, but that totally makes sense. I mean, I love Blue Hour, but I just never like considered it in that light of like it is
Wow.
sort of a like breakdown and parody of the like true crime genre.
yeah, if there's a TV show on Max called The Murder on Middle Beach, which I watched during the pandemic that inspired Blue Hour, because I was like, this isn't even a documentary. This is just straight up nonsense. Like, what would
Is that like
happen
a
if we pushed?
episode show? Murder
It's
on.
like,
what'd
it
you
might be
call
a little bit longer. Murder on Middle Beach is about a homicide that took place in Connecticut.
It's so funny you brought that up because today, what's his name? Outwaters. He reached out to me asking me if that ever was on Blu-ray or something, or how to get that on physical media. And I never heard of that show. It came out in 2020, and it was I looked it up, 4 episodes. That's crazy.
Yeah, that
that
sounds
you brought
about
that up. Wow. Interesting. Sorry. Side note. It just was like that's so funny. It came up twice today.
How is Outwaters? I hear that's a pretty wild film.
Oh, I love Outwaters. That's first time I seen it. I didn't.
Oh yeah,
The Outwaters rules, and I think actually, Dan, no, I think you specifically on that note I think you would fuck with it a lot just because you like cosmic horror so much.
sure do.
That I think
He does.
it does cosmic horror in a way that I think few movies do, where it actually feels like you don't understand the thing that's happening to them fully, even after watching it 5-6 times. You still, even though you know what's going on in the movie, you never fully understand the entity, which I think is sort of, you know, the essence of it all for cosmic horror.
It's good cosmic horror, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Should answer less about what the thing is and instead answer a lot more about who the people are.
Yeah, I agree. And I think Outwaters is you should definitely watch that. And it's interesting too, because it conveys it through the found footage in a cool way where I don't know, it would have been easier, I think, for like a lesser filmmaker to tell you too much or give you too much exposition, whereas I don't think Robbie spends any time at all on that, really. It's all very natural, and you just, you know, I don't know, it's really fucking good. You should definitely watch it.
Cool, I'll check it out, and it sounds like this is a person who might have a similar weird worldview as me, and I'm always down for other weirdos.
Okay, so
Hell
speaking
yeah.
of the weird stuff, so what cosmic horror movies that you like, or cosmic movies in general? What are some of your favorites? I just want to get in your head a little bit. Maybe I seen it, maybe I didn't.
Event Horizon is pretty
Hell
close
yeah.
to top of the list. I love Event Horizon. That movie is like, for whatever reason, I do think of it as sort of like a blanket film. It's just like, it's familiar, it's fun, kind of like cozy Sunday afternoon film. Other cosmic horror, I mean, Prince of Darkness is up there for sure.
Fuck yeah.
I love Prince of Darkness. Beyond the Drumlins is essentially Prince of Darkness in the woods.
The John Carpenter movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The one that most
okay.
people don't like. I love that one. I recently
Okay.
rewatched In the Mouth of Madness and felt very...
Oh, I love that movie. That's a good one.
There's things that I like about it, but it has some first act problems that you really feel in that second act. It's just, I
I
don't
don't know. I saw it and I was scared as a kid. The people walking behind, no. That movie great.
Trying to
Okay.
get another good example. I mean, Reanimator is so fucking fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love Reanimator.
How do you feel about The Void? Have you seen that?
Void is awesome.
Okay, yeah. I wondered if that would be
Russell
one.
is on
Like,
there
I figured
twice.
it might be.
The Void is great. I think the ones that I'm not super big on are like a lot of the H.P. Lovecraft stuff. I mean, I have very complicated feelings about H.P. Lovecraft. I love the influence on the genre and shaping the cosmic and stuff like that. But man, fuck H.P. Lovecraft. I mean, there's like multiple reasons why he wouldn't want me alive, so fuck him.
Wow.
He is like the architect of the like contemporary genre. But I'm guessing you're talking more about the person. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he's a well, God, he's a bag of nuts, and I think him being such a what's a misanthrope, I guess, is kind of
You mean a
where a lot of
racist?
the, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, misanthrope beyond that. I think he hated people like way more than just their ethnicity, and you know, that's where like a love of the architecture and like profession come from. And I completely agree with you. I think great cosmic horror doesn't even explore the horror. like the monster, because I don't think he was that interested in it. I think he just wanted to see people die and kind of like pushed by their convictions to like the Void. I think good pull, Evan, because that, you know, they kind of take the Star Wars approach where it's like, why is Vader evil? And it's like, well, because he loved too hard. You know, he wanted to become a necromancer to bring back somebody who died. And it's like, well, that's too far, dude. And the Void is all about a doctor breaching that contract too. And I'm like, God, finally somebody gets it. And, you know, I just rewatched the Drumlins last night, and I think you did something pretty cool in the way that you also kind of push a very Lovecraftian job with agriculture. It's a very kind of like, if you're going to play a tabletop game of 1920s Cthulhu, you might, you know, that might be the job you took. And you also combined it with, and you know, I don't mean this as an insult. I'm sure you like the movie, but it feels a little bit misplaced for your tone. But Annihilation.
I like it. I mean, honestly, someone told me like this movie is sort of like a really lo-fi version of Annihilation, and I don't think they're wrong. I think the movies that kind of influence this are a little different, and I think the ideology of Beyond the Drumlins is a lot bleaker.
Yeah.
I also had someone come up to me after a screening, and they were just like, "So you must really like The Mist, huh?" And
What the?
I do like The Mist.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. But yeah, I think that had more to say about me than the film.
Why the Mist is such a different, like, I mean, I'm projecting here. You don't really give us that much, and neither does, well, the Mist, we know there's like a government wing that's kind of created a rift. I mean, it's very Stephen King. It's like, you know, a government looking for weapon technology, and then they doom themselves. Where I didn't get that from your film really at all. And
I think they meant more just the bleakness of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the general consensus on The Mist is. I don't love it. I think it's fine.
Oh, I do. I like it a lot.
The black and white one is really cool.
Fantastic. Yep.
Oh, I've never seen that.
It works a lot better black and white.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try
not to be that
out.
guy, but that was what they wanted to do, but they couldn't release it that way. So it eventually got a black and white remaster, and that's the way to see The Mist. It definitely kind of just gets under your skin more for some reason.
I didn't even know
wish
it
I could
existed,
explain.
the black and white version. But that's tight.
It's cool.
It's on the Blu-ray, I believe. They
I'll
put
have to
out
get
one.
the Blu-ray.
Yeah, they had both.
It
And,
is.
you
It is
know,
on there.
a lot of the time people will be like, "Oh, black and white," and you're like, "Oh, okay, you must have went to art school or something." But I
Yep,
think
period.
the application for that movie, though, that movie's one of the ones where the CGI kind of removes you from the realism that everything up until that moment was rooted in. And I think the black and white kind of portrays it more as a monster movie. So when it's kind of hitting hard in a dramatic way, it doesn't feel weird. And then when a monster shows up, it also doesn't feel weird. Like it actually feels just more natural all the way through. So it's not
Also
like yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say that also the skin tones and stuff of the color version are just not very good. It's a very green looking film. People look a little sickly. It's just, I don't know. I like a desaturated image, and I like something that's kind of makes you feel icky inside. But
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense in a grocery store. It just doesn't. Like fluorescent lights everywhere. It should be blue, and people should look pasty. And
Man,
it doesn't.
That's so funny. You know, I haven't really thought, like, only recently I've been thinking more about lighting and color grade too. And you're totally right. Actually, I think the movie might have been a little bit more interesting if it was kind of washed out with that ugly, fluorescent, or had the hum in the background, like very, very like we're living in an office room, like, which would also,
Well, that hum, you make me think it would feel more like a David Lynch film. You know, you'd have some of that sort of Twin Peaks sound design just buzzing in your ear the whole time. It would really be pretty unnerving.
It would also kind of double down on the man themes in that of the government and like everything, because you'd have this kind of stark, almost prison-like, you know, very environment where it's just fluorescent. That's a hard fucking word to say. Holy shit. Fluorescent lights. And it would be just, I don't know. That totally makes sense that it should have been blue now that you say that. I want to watch the black and white version, though. That's tight. I didn't know that was a thing. And it does, I see how you guys are, the things you're saying make sense, how it would make the experience better, you know?
Yeah, it's a dope film. I do worry that people are like, yeah, I'm not that depressed of a person. I mean, it's close, but not this level.
All right. Well, let's shift gears to another dope film, Beyond the Drumlins. So let's get into that. So talk about that a little bit. Yeah, how did that come about? You wrote this, directed it, and yeah, where did this story come from? I want to get in your head with this because this is crazy. Let's get into it.
So Beyond the Drumlins and Blue Hour are actually both offspring of my short film 10, 13, 12.
Okay.
10, 13, 12 is about a hunting trip where it all goes off the rails and someone shoots another person by accident, and we take a trip into the beyond. And it's sort of about like life and death on coexistence planes sort of thing. So we kind of explored half of the themes in Blue Hour, and we had the other half just sort of waiting for us. So after Blue Hour, I don't mean to say this in a pejorative way, we kind of wanted just to prove like we weren't found footage filmmakers.
How fucking dare you?
I know. I put that. I was all excited to show it again. He was
we
like,
will.
no,
Okay.
fuck that
We will.
movie.
I'm not. It's not that I have a problem with found footage. It's just there's some folks that are making found footage that I don't think are filmmakers. Period. And I don't think they should be doing it. And I think it's kind of whack. And after I think Nick and I wanted to kind of get back to that idea, get back to some of those locations, and make the sort of full version of 10, 13, 12 and expand on it and make something really heady. I don't know if you guys have seen or care for Ennis Men.
I've seen that, yeah.
I have a hard time saying it's good. It's Mark Jenkins, who's a fucking genius. His new film, Rosa Nevada, looks awesome. I can't wait to see it. We were really inspired by that. Wicker Man to some extent. We really were just looking to do a sort of a take on cosmic horror that was also folk horror. Something that was a little bit like folklore, familiar, kind of like urban legend kind of energy, and do something else that was still very experimental. Nick and I are definitely pretentious art assholes.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, we wanted to do kind of like a real slow burn. Sort of the thing that we kept doing and talking about with the tone of the film was it was almost like if a David Lynch film raped a John Carpenter movie.
Okay.
David Lynch.
So
did he say what I think he said? Okay.
I think films like people can be both smart and dumb.
Okay.
And I think that's when they're most interesting. Something that, and I think a John Carpenter film is great. I love so many John Carpenter films, and I think there's a very convincing argument that he's the greatest horror filmmaker of all time. Now, does he necessarily have characters that I care for? Like, oftentimes, no, especially kind of later in his career. And I think David Lynch flirted with horror so much, but never really did like a cannonball into it. And I would have loved that. I mean, Eraserhead, sure, but I think David Lynch always had his pinky toe in that end of the pool while doing something else. So I'm really inspired by that combination. And that's all I want to do, really, is really weird, heady, unnerving films that maybe aren't even all that scary. But I want to make sure that like 2 weeks later, you're still like thinking about it and you're still a little on edge.
So when you're talking about David Lynch raping John Carpenter,
I knew he said that.
I should be
I was
clear.
like, wait,
More
did
like
you say that?
Yeah, I know.
Emphasis on anal.
I know. I wanted to say it again. It just seemed too much fun.
Oh, because I heard it and everyone was looking at me crazy. And I was like, did I hear that right?
So here's the thing. I wonder how that plays out aesthetically. Like, I have hearing you say that and then knowing your films, I have my idea, but like, what do you mean by that? Like, what are you taking from the two filmmakers?
Cool. That's a good question.
It is.
And that's from I think, okay, so when I think of a David Lynch film, I think of a respect for the audience. That's like the first thing that comes to mind. That David Lynch would have the confidence to know that the audience is smart enough to pull out what they need. I think a David Lynch film is so often feeling over narrative. And that's great. I think that's really fucking cool. I think I'd rather, as a viewer, feel a film than I would be told what.
Those are
it's just,
my favorite kind of movies. I care way less about a narrative than I do about like the characters and the feelings that are kind of being conveyed.
Meanwhile, I think John Carpenter's he's rock and roll horror. I think there's an attention to cinematography in John Carpenter's films, especially the ones with Dean Cundey.
Yep.
That I think is just outstanding. Now, I'm not a big fan of anamorphic. We won't be going down that road. I thought part of that was like, well, how do you start to blend and borrow from the two? You've got your Inland Empires, which are like a 4:3 image. I wanted something that also was speaking to this sort of, Ennis Men being this film shot on film in 2023 or 2024. It had a very specific aesthetic, and I was looking at European widescreen movies and a lot of older films, a lot of like giallo slashers and stuff that were shot 1:6:6. So that became step one, was figuring out like, what is the frame like? Where do you pull something from David Lynch, the long takes? And then why do you take the framing and the care of like the Carpenter? The Carpenter frame is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like you can watch so many of his films. Like there are shots in Christine that are just objectively artful. Like you could take any picture and just
great movie
on the wall. Christine is, I love it. Mm-hmm. So there is this sort of give and take. So you're kind of like that, and that's where I come in. Is just to like, well, where are we going to reshape it? Because you don't want to just do the same fucking thing. I mean, certain filmmakers might, but that's boring. So I think, aspect ratio and like cinematography, like kind of lenses we were using, knowing that we were going to use a lot of lenses that were from like 1970 to like 1980 that had been repurposed and cine-modded. And in that sort of, slight pillar box, very desaturated, very grainy, at that point we had sort of our world. Then going back to David Lynch with character. I love David Lynch's characters almost universally. I can't think of any one of his films that don't have someone that I'd like to hang out with. So that's a part that we would borrow from heavily in Beyond the Drumlins. I wanted really likable people that felt real. No disrespect to The Thing, I love it, but like I sometimes don't go back to that movie because I don't necessarily want to watch like 12 dudes in a room that I can't stop picturing what it smells like.
Yeah.
Like, I love The Thing, but I'm sorry. I'm half the time I'm watching The Thing, I'm just thinking like that must have been a smelly set. It must have smelled like dog shit. The whole it's like when you went to like a sleepover when you were in like elementary school and you wake up the next morning, it's just like Mountain Dew farts and socks. It's gross. That's what I imagine The Thing smells like. But
I have so many thoughts, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. But
what are your thoughts?
Okay,
you think The Thing smells nice?
Continue on. I didn't say that. That's not the first thing I thought about by watching that movie. But okay, continue.
Well,
it's not the first thing I thought about either. But we're talking about atmosphere and what builds the film out.
You.
Well, hold on.
Got
so,
you.
Dan, I want to stop you there because there's a
scent I want to discuss.
Yeah, no. Well, I recently watched a video essay that brought up like haptic filmmaking and just like their thesis was kind of like, why do movies now not feel like they used to? And kind of this broad, kind of unfocused premise, right? But what they were saying is, and here's the best example of this. And they were talking about Sorcerer. You remember that movie, right? About the truck drivers, and it's in the jungle, and the whole thing is that they're bringing a very like, without getting too far into it, they're transporting a very kinetic material that it will explode if they bump too much. But they're driving giant trucks down a mountain, so everything is suspense. But the first half of that movie is all character development and a lot of location development. And they were saying in this movie, we have characters who are in the jungle. And you fucking feel it. Everybody's sweating. Everybody's like human. Like our lead has pock marks. He's wearing a white shirt that's stained. Everything feels like oppressive and humid. And as an audience member, it's communicated. And then they compared it to the new Jurassic Park movie. And they're like, this movie's in the jungle. Nobody's sweating. Everybody's beautiful. And they're like, it's fine, but it's just it notes the way that we make movies now. Where a lot of the time we're not on location, and a lot of it is lit very like evenly, and then everything is kind of made in post. Like all of the decisions are made in post, and you lose like the texture. Like your eyeballs lose the texture. And it's funny because in your film, I was thinking about David Lynch in this regard, because Eraserhead has a lot of very like not really micro, but a lot of close up cinema, right? Like we're looking at the heater. and we can kind of feel it. We're looking at the texture of the baby. We're looking at everything is textured. And it's like you can kind of like his little room feels like a different world because of the way we see it. And then you juxtapose that with Dean Kundi, who's all the big mise en scène of the town, right? Like Escape from New York. Like we're in this fucking island. Like it's not just a room, it's the city. A Halloween. Michael Myers isn't just oppressing somebody in their house, it's the whole neighborhood. And it's like this big vision. And dude, I gotta say, you nailed that. I'm gonna say something you probably won't like. I also got the folklore vibe from your movie, but I was just having a conversation with somebody about American folk. Like when we talk about folklore, it's always usually European. Like it's just naturally we imagine like the Wicker Man, right? It's the European folklore, of course, because they have culture. And I'm like, but the thing is, there's American culture too, and honestly, the Blair Witch is an American folklore.
For sure.
Yeah, and when I was watching your movie, I kept thinking, I'm like, man, there's a little bit of Blair Witch in here. So I know you don't want to be the found footage guy, but you get a group
he don't like found footage, Russ.
I know. You get a group of students going out to do something. And also, your frame is very modern. Like, our characters, some of them really respect nature and, like, the balance. And they're kind of entering its warm embrace without really understanding it, even though they've gone to college for it. And I know, again, I'm projecting all over this, but just your little unfortunate sexual assault analogy that you came up with, I think you nailed it. And it read that way before you had described it. And even in the trailer that I cut for Another Hole in the Head, I think I picked two of my favorite, like a zoom and a wide, because your movie is kind of all encompassing. And we've all seen the movie. I know it's not available yet. There is a thing that I want to talk about. It's not really a spoiler, but I really want to ask about the texture and the photography of your monolith in this movie, which immediately reminded me of Eraserhead. Because you have negative space being kind of highlighted there, which I utilized in the trailer because, I love a hole when we're cutting a trailer for Another Hole in the Head. And then you also had like indentation and shrubbery growing on the thing. And I thought I saw in the credits that Nick Brandreth helped make that.
Yeah, he did.
What the fuck?
Nick Brandreth is a multidisciplinary artist. He's a true horror fanatic. I mean,
hell yeah.
Yeah, he is a junkie for horror. And the fact that if I said anything negative about The Thing, he'd probably hunt me down and skin me.
Thank you.
You would smell like the movie did after you got
him.
there.
Yeah. Period.
Okay, so the monolith arrived to Nick as a whole series of boxes. Just plywood stolen from job sites on 2x4s, just plain boxes. And what he did was we took, what's the main building from Blade Runner? Like the Tyrell Corporation? Is that the right?
Ooh, we're genre fans here, but Blade Runner.
I don't know. But it might be.
The name of the building, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is Tyrell. Because someone said, Blade Runner. And I was like, no, my name is Terrell, not Tyrell. But yeah, it is. That's right. I had to correct. But
so there's like a trapezoid-shaped building. We got our hands on
geometry.
The map. The texture map, if you wanted to like build that in CG to put in a film or something. And we unwrapped it and we sent it through a 3D jigsaw that Nick has access to because he works at a university. And he cut. I had nothing to do with the construction of the monolith. This is what he was doing while I was writing and casting and doing wardrobe and stuff. So he would take that Blade Runner texture and cover the monolith with it. And then he'd start stacking it. He'd do it 2-3 layers deep. He would do some parts of it angled and stuff. And he just made a complete mess of it, covered it, and he would just take paint, swap the paint, throw sand, hit it with some glue. Paint, sand, glue, rinse, repeat, huffed for like an entire summer. And that thing is still standing. We shot, the monolith set is on a private deer hunting reserve in upstate New York. And I wanted to light it on fire at the end. But Nick was afraid it might explode. Which... fair, but it's set up oddly enough just below a bald eagle's nest, So when we were installing it, we're just finding animal skulls everywhere. And we're like out in the woods. We're like sweating our asses off carrying this. I mean, the thing is huge. Like, I'm a big dude. It's about 10 feet tall. So now people go hunting and they just like encounter this thing in the woods and they have no fucking idea what it is.
Oh, that's so
Oh, that's
wild that
kinda
it's just
cool.
there for people to find.
With a bunch of animal skulls.
All kinds of skulls.
Any
It's pretty wild.
squirrels? Evan likes squirrels. He eats them.
I like to
Did
eat
you eat a
squirrels.
squirrel? Would you eat a squirrel, Dan? I gotta know this.
I don't eat mammals.
Oh, you're a vegetarian, man? Whatever you call it, vegan.
No, I only eat animals that I'm comfortable killing myself. So I eat fish and birds.
Oh, so you?
Fair. I do kill the squirrels myself, so I guess that's the same rule applies.
Yeah, I think that you just need to like know and be aware of where your food's coming
So
from.
you don't eat
Yeah,
Dan? Dan?
No, I
You
eat
like
chicken. I have
Okay.
no problem killing a chicken.
Dude, fuck
Oh,
chickens.
God.
They're
This
little
is
bastards.
very brutal. Okay.
Yeah, so those are the
Nice.
patterns right there. So yeah, the Tyrell building, all those are just, you can take that CG shape and you can pull it all flat. And then it just becomes sort of abstract art. So we would just feed it through like a programmable saw. And then we'd have these sheets of like 4 foot across weird abstract patterns. And then you'd start like layering them up. Sometimes you put like 3 or 4 of them on top of each other. So it'd have some like extra extrusion. And yeah, eventually.
And how long has that been sitting there? It's been in the woods for how long?
It's been over a year now.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That's a long time.
It's not going anywhere. It's covered in paint and like weird modeling foam and stuff. There's no destroying that.
You know, other than the fact that you built this elaborate, practical monolith, I wasn't sure what the process was with the monolith, but you do a lot of, and obviously your background is in effects work, so there's a lot of like VFX in this too. And I was just curious, Russell was talking about the different movies that made him think of while he was watching it. I think the thing it made me think of the most was the Gareth Edwards feature Monsters, just in the way
That's
that...
Cool. I love Gareth Edwards, and he's also a VFX artist turned filmmaker. Or VFX art, not even turned. It's like you just do jobs to get by.
Yeah.
Right.
I love
and
Gareth Edwards, man. He
it
made a
me-
Star Wars movie, and Disney's like, never again. We can't make a good Star Wars movie anymore.
It was over after that.
Yeah, Rogue One was so cool. It shut down
was.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I like his stuff too, and people love to talk shit on the Godzilla that he did, but I loved it also.
No, it's cool. And Monsters is awesome.
But yeah, you kind of do that sort of. It's very, almost kind of melancholic. It's a small group. It's in your case, it's a slightly larger group of people, though. Those two in Monsters do encounter a lot of others on the way. But it is sort of that stripped back. It's people in nature, but there is so much like there due to the VFX. And I was just curious, because I've listened to him talk about making that movie and specifically listening to Scoot McNairy say, I would see this guy shooting footage of just some random tree or mountain, and I'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, it was crazy to see that in his head he had the effects planned already. Like he was seeing it as what was going to be there. And I was just curious, do you approach your shooting that same way where you kind of see the effects that are going to be there and stuff? And my wording there's not great, but you get what I mean, I think.
I don't see like the effects specifically. I do have a good idea of like what the final image is going to be, like what the feeling is and what I want to be looking at for the story. Like there's not a ton of effects work in Drumlins. There's only 2 compositors that worked on it, myself and Glenn Teal, who's like one of my, I've been making movies with him almost my entire life. I mean, we met in college and we've been working together since we were like 18 years old. No, I think like the big thing is like, I don't worry about stuff as much. Because I like when we're like doing something where the shot of a particular character gets killed and we're doing like SFX makeup and they're telling me it's going to take too long to adjust it. If I know what the shot's doing, I already know like how problematic it is to fix. So that's like the cheat code for me. Like we're making movies at a very small budget and asking a lot of people to do a lot for not very much money. But we can pick up the slack a little bit in that like when that comes up and I'm on a big set and someone has to ask somebody like me, what's it going to be like, that slows you down. It ends up being another 10-minute conversation. You have 10 of those over the course of the day. You've wasted over an hour.
Right.
For me, I can already, like even when we're going through edit, I already see how it's going to look. I'm not super worried about it. I don't need to like go through all the steps. Like when I worked on certain larger films, we've had to do a lot of VFX work for the edit before we get into finishing because of insecure directors or producers or, money people or something. In this situation, I can see what's going on, and I already know like how worried I need to be about the shot.
Okay. That's interesting. Also, since you're talking about just the direction, what kind of direction do you give somebody who is just supposed to be fucking on this eldritch trip? Like when I forget the character's name, but the guy who looks like Dave Attell is sitting against the tree.
Tom,
and he's just tripping the fuck out, and it's such a long take of him doing these weird things. Like what kind of direction do you give somebody for something like that? The
most important thing about, I think, directing, and I'm far from an expert. Like, let's be honest, I made 2 films, and I like to think that I'm just getting started and hopefully still learning. I think you need to have like a very personal relationship with each actor, especially the ones that you're doing like high elasticity with, that you're like going to push to weird places. Mike is someone I know. He was on the TV show Oz. He's in the Woody Allen film Manhattan. He's a fantastic actor, but I know him from playing basketball. We can talk 1980s to like 1995 basketball all day long and never have a silence. So I start talking about like a feeling in the game. And I would never say that to Morgan or Mike Kowalski or the other actors, but like, you have to come up with a relatable way just to get someone to be comfortable with you. And like, thank God, man, those 5 actors fucking nailed it as far as I'm concerned. Like, I had a totally different relationship with each one of them. They're all completely different people. It's not like those folks are ever hanging out in one space. and I love it for that. I love that it makes the film feel a little bit bigger for me. Even the fact that Tanner has a British accent. Like that's just different. And, I love writing a British person. And you don't talk to Tanner about basketball. That dude, he's like a comedian by trade.
Okay.
You're mostly just every conversation with his name is Dan, the actor. Mm-hmm. Every conversation with Dan is just like, no, we're not doing that joke now. Everything is about the bit. Like, I'm like, no, look, Dan, you're about to get your head caved in. Let's keep it serious.
That's interesting, though, that you find kind of the way that like works to communicate with each one specifically and just relating to them. So that's a great answer.
I give very little feedback once we start rolling. Like the actors already know what to do. And it's more just about finding the most interesting moment and me being hands off. And then in between takes, if we're setting up, we just talk. I don't think I have enough of an idea of how to like really direct.
How freeform do you let them get? Are your scripts like very meticulous? You stick to them, or do you kind of just let them play ball once you get out there?
Pretty meticulous.
Okay.
We write the words for a reason, but I'm not precious about the specific words. I'm specific about the pace. I'm not specific about, well, that was supposed to be a they there, not them or whatever.
Right.
It's more, it's about the comfort level. I think like the important thing is like, is it believable? Which that's like lessons learned from previous films. And I think we made some good adjustments here. And then is it interesting? And what I find interesting is going to be different from everyone else. I like a long brooding shot, just focused on someone losing their mind.
Yeah.
And I should also just caveat everything by saying like Beyond the Drumlins is never going to be for everybody. And that's okay. This is a film, like I wanted to unhinge my brain and go to some really weird places. And we were very lucky to find people that wanted to come along for that ride.
So you're shooting the script. There's not a ton of like improv. There's a thing you did here, and I always relate it to Predator with Arnold.
Sick.
And there's a type of there's a thing in that movie that I long for in modern film, and it's to let like characters breathe. Like the fact that they're all on a plane and they're making comments about being a sexual Tyrannosaurus, like that's the shit that people walk away and remember. And it gives like kind of secondary characters life, like beyond the type of weapon they had. And people just don't, I don't know. I always imagined that they came from improv or like playing in between takes. And, I want to see a dude stab a scorpion and then not talk about it and just, like little things that just give the characters so much more depth. And I felt like you did that. So to hear, like, was that all written? like just these little moments between people.
And I'm not against improv if there's time for it. There is one moment that is almost entirely improvised, where there's two characters that are like the British guy is teaching someone else how to do an impression of him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that was not scripted to be seen. It was all supposed to just be background noise. But I really liked the back and forth, so we ended up shooting it. It was just supposed to be audio. But then the two actors were really fun on the day, so yeah, we get it, like you got to be open, especially if you're making low budget films, right? Like plan like hell. And then however planned you think you are, do it for another month or two. And then think about shooting. And then be open to everything going to shit, because it will. And that's okay. Like we had actually storyboarded the entire film, which is crazy for a film.
Damn. The whole thing?
The entire film was storyboarded, but then because of flooding, we had to place the monolith in a slightly different position. So we had to and it didn't matter how many times I told my AD this. But yeah, every time I would set up a shot, she's like, well, this isn't on the storyboards.
Oh my God.
I know.
Damn.
I made them. I know.
You did that for 3 days.
Well, okay, before we get away from actors or even wrap up, time, can you talk a little bit about Michael? I know he was in Blue Hour, but I also see that he got a co-writer credit here, and just this is for people listening. A lot of the time, like this co-writer credit can mean anything. It can mean they supervised the script. It could mean that they had a lot of input on set. It could mean that it's a found footage movie and they were literally writing in the moment because it's improv. And just hearing the way that you approach this, it sounds like you did a lot of pre-production. And, he's one of the leads. Like, where did he come from? Also, he has no credits beyond your films, too. So,
yeah, that
is this
checks
like
out.
a homie from college, or how'd you meet him?
Well, he was also in Ink Inc. He was the apprentice, but no one recognizes him because he had shoulder length metal hair.
Metal hair?
Michael, hair made out of aluminium.
Oh, really? Oh. I don't know. I never seen Ink Ink. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, Terrell
it's fine.
a lot of 24-24.
He okay, so Kowalski is a homie from college. Yes. He was in my student films. That was his first time acting, and he has put in so much work. He does a lot of off-Broadway plays. He's out here with me.
Oh, I love
He's in
it.
Brooklyn. I'm in Queens. He's like a theater dude. Yeah, and he's put in a lot of time, and he's fantastic. We write together, though. This isn't like a bullshit credit. This is the way we write together is I write pages and pages and pages. I've never seen a blank sheet that I haven't been able to fill up with some nonsense.
Wow.
Mike edits with me. He is not going to take the script and fill in a new scene. Mike's the tastemaker. He's the one being Dan, we've done too much of this. We got to pull back. And he won't necessarily know what it is, but he's really good at knowing the beat that we're missing, or the beat that's gone on too long, or a line feeling shit. And since he's an actor and I have a visual arts background, it's a very good combination that we just enjoy writing together too. I mean, I enjoy spending the time doing this with him. We sit down, after I've written, I'll read scene direction and scene headings and that kind of thing, and he reads all the dialogue. And we just go through it. And then once we hit something we don't like or doesn't sound right, we stop. And it'll take us a couple weeks to get through a script, doing one of those sessions for 2 or 3 hours. We'll get through probably 10, 20 pages a night. And it's a slow process, but it makes our editing very effective, and it avoids situations where you hear the words out loud for the first time and cringe. Unless we're trying to make you cringe, but
Yeah.
Which is something I'm deeply interested in doing.
Damn. Well, I mean, congratulations. That collaboration is definitely working. And I think
It is.
with your new
Sounds
film,
perfect.
it's all the characters, dude. There's so, and again, I think it's probably obvious, but I love the fucking charismatic grifter of Tanner Richards. I love that character.
Me too.
I actually thought that he was a much more John Carpenter type character, and I was kind of taken aback. Like, just because I've had conversations with you, I was expecting him to be kind of punished early on in the movie.
Oh, interesting.
And the fact that we got so much time with him, I really enjoyed it. And he felt fully realized from his TV show persona and everything. Like,
and he's in Blue Hour.
Yeah,
as Tanner Richards.
Damn, I didn't realize that either.
That character, like he's in Blue Hour as that character. There is a connection to Blue Hour in Drumlins, and it's the reality. We use that reality TV show as B-roll, and it's his show.
Oh, really?
That was one of my questions I wanted to ask before, since you brought it up. We might be reaching too far into your bag of tricks here. I don't know how much you want to give, but
yeah, don't answer anything.
Do you have, like, I'm going to make another comparison here, but like Benson and Moorhead, who I love their films, do a lot of the cosmic horror, and I've heard them talk about, and David Lawson talk about this fucking blueprint they have where like they know how it all works and they have an explanation for it all. They don't tell us as the viewer, but there is like a logic behind how all this works and all these movies are connected. Do you have that? Do you have a blueprint somewhere where is your eldritch entity connected between the movies? Is it the same thing we're dealing with? How connected is it in terms of that stuff?
Not very. It's just Tanner's previous thing in Blue Hour. It's just sort of like a very loose thread. I think that would be, good on them, man. David Lawson seems like a pretty sharp cat, and he was very kind to me, and I appreciate that because most people are not that nice.
Sorry, dude.
No, they're not.
Sorry, bro.
Period.
We have some new films, and they have nothing to do with these universes. But then there'll be like little moments where maybe you can kind of like loosely tie something. But I don't have like the MCU equivalent of cosmic horror in me. It just I think
MCU.
I'm not into that.
I could tell. I knew. I just had to ask. Period. I see you. All right. So, what else you got coming up? Before we have to get out of here, what you got? Any teases you could tease us with before you go? Anything cool coming up? I know you're just about to drop this movie, but is there anything else in the works?
Yeah, there's. I don't want to say what I need to keep under wraps. It's being developed with a budget that genuinely terrifies me, and most of the conversations are, "Well, this is still indie. You're going to be okay," and I'm not okay about it. I have a cosmic horror film that we're working on called Willamere Falls, and the basic idea is it's a film to kick off a TV show. It's a little bit, if you like the ideas in Drumlins but want it in a friendlier, more fun package, it would be appealing. It's I think we've done sort of our religious, really serious cosmic horror film, and I want to do something a little bit more fun. But still, if I'm being honest, Willamere is way more brutal than Beyond the Drumlins. Like, the death count is way higher.
We love that.
It's definitely out there. It involves astral projection. And,
hell yeah!
It's
wild how much that comes up on this fucking podcast.
It comes up on this show a lot. Astral projection. And I like it. She says it's going to be more fun, bloodier. Okay, I'm already in. Period. I want to see that.
It's a lot funnier. It's like the theater of the absurd kind of thing. Like, it's definitely out there.
I think that can really work for cosmic horror, though. Like the marriage of funny and fucked up and unexplainable. Lighthouse kind of does that, which Russell I think
that movie.
Dislikes a lot. But
no,
from Beyond and Reanimator.
Do you like that movie, Dan? Lighthouse.
Oh yeah. Oh,
you do?
Absolutely.
It has lots of farts.
Yeah, so do I.
Damn, touche.
All right, so I have another question, real quick. Would you do another in-world camera movie? I know I probably know the answer, but I want to hear from you.
I'm not going to close any doors.
Okay,
but I'm not rushing to do one.
Or a short, or like I don't know. Okay.
I had a really fun idea for another mock documentary that could be set in New York City. You know, like those VH1 behind the music situations.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I want to do something like that about a DJ who is also a wolfman.
Oh fuck yeah!
Man.
Like a 90s hip hop thing. But a guy
Got
turns
it.
into like a wolfman is like running through the
Oh,
projects.
I like that. Like a Return of Bruno kind of thing, but with horror injected into it.
Yeah, I live in Astoria, Queens, which is adjacent to where Nas grew up. And
Okay.
it's
Oh,
like,
you know
it's
about
the biggest.
Nas? Fellow Virgo.
Yes,
Period.
I think I've heard of Nas.
I don't know.
He's in Popstar. That's how I heard about him.
Oh damn!
Oh, he is? I haven't watched the movie, y'all. I'm going to have to watch it and I have to hit you up afterwards. Period.
You should, yeah. I would love
Yeah.
to know how much you love Popstar because there's no other answer.
Well,
All right, period.
well, Dan had another. Now back in the day when I used to get really mean DMs from him, you
got
did
mean DMs?
taunt me with the script where you're like, in this script you die, and you're
Yeah.
going to be playing you, and it had a great title.
What?
It had a great title that I always think about, and every now and then I'm just like, fuck. I hope Dan one day just wakes up. He's like, I got to make that movie. Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about,
what's
right?
going on? Where is that Dan at? Because he's almost sending bombs to the house and sending you DMs about you dying. Where is he? I didn't get a glimpse of that in this interview. But
Pipe
where is
bomb
that
threats.
Dan?
I turned 40, so I've just kind of mellowed out.
He
Oh,
chilled
dude.
out with the bomb threats
Okay.
after 40.
Got
True.
it. 'Cause that sounds fun. Well, not fun. You know, I don't fuck with bombs. But yeah. Never mind. Continue.
Or turning 40. That's Terrell's ultimate nightmare.
Oh, yeah, I'm not here for that yet. Y'all can, y'all can
Dude,
have that.
Dan, I feel your pain. I also turned 40. Actually, I'm on the brink of 41, dude. It's a nightmare. And I took a survey, and this was the worst. This was like the moment that it really hit me. After doing this survey, and it was for a mobile game, by the way, this is how I chose to waste my time. At the end of it, it was like, oh, thank you. What age category are you in? And it was like 18 to 25, 26 to 35, 40 plus. It was something like that. And I'm like, 40 plus? What the fuck? Like, basically, tell me you don't care without telling me you don't care. Dude, it
Period.
felt, dude, that hurt. That was my cosmic horror right there. I'm like, all right, fuck. All right.
I'm dead. Dan,
mean,
when's your
it's-
birthday?
August 28th.
Oh, you're a Virgo too. Your birthday is 2 days after mine. Oh my god! Finally something. Okay, nice. That's so cool. No, that's great. We Virgo, almost Virgo twins. I love it. So is Nas. So it's all coming together. Period.
What am I supposed to take away from the fact that our birthdays are 2 days apart?
2 days apart. That's crazy. We're like so different. It's so crazy.
No,
But,
the energy's
yeah.
the same.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Yes.
Terrell, may I ask where in the country you're from?
We're in the country. I live like 10 minutes away from Russell. We in the same area. We're Bay Area, San Francisco, Daly City.
Are you originally from San Francisco?
I was born in San Leandro, so in the Bay Area. I've been all over. Vallejo.
Oh, I don't know why I was picking up like a southern
Oakland.
vibe.
His family.
Southern.
Oh,
Maybe
where's your family
My family
from?
was born in Alabama. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
My
or
neighbors.
something.
My neighbor.
Squirrel hunting
Okay.
over there in Alabama.
I know he over there. He trying to be shady. Now, okay, you coming out. That bomb threat. He there still, y'all. He's there.
So,
before
again,
we go,
What is your social security number?
Oh my god.
okay, yeah, no, we ain't doing all this.
so
I already gave too much
Dan-
information. So,
No,
what are you
the
about to say,
title.
Russell?
You need to keep that in your back pocket. And again, on behalf of the found footage community, I'm sorry that we are the first to embrace you because I know where this animosity comes from, and y'all know too. Back when we were doing the Overlook Hour podcast, Thomas Burke brought me Blue Hour, and he was like, "This movie fucking rules." And the problem is that when Thomas Burke gets his hooks into you, whether you want to be part of the in-world camera community or not, you are now a part of it. And
I do love Tom.
yeah, you have to
He's
love
great.
Tom. Dude,
Very
you
nice.
gotta,
Very likable dude.
yeah. Also,
Really good energy.
he, he's got a budding acting career now, so I'd love to see him in a cosmic horror with you.
Oh, period. He sure is.
We've talked about Willamere.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I
Well,
would love to
you knew
work with
that,
Tom.
right?
Nice.
I did
I
not
think
know
he's
that.
a great dude.
Also, Dan, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm also Terrell's manager, and we are now on the market with his first performance. He's taken after John Goodman in Arachnophobia. So if you like an Ahab and you're a very heady, cognitive slasher, then, you know, Terrell's right here. So we'll be shooting over an 8x10 shortly. We're going to get him in your movie
dead.
too.
Okay, I'll save you the postage. Let's get a couple of more credits under your belt.
Look at that.
And with that, before we go, if you want to plug any Instagrams, any social medias, or websites, so people can get, you know, updates on this new film, and yeah, plug away.
Oh yeah, we're Tiny Voice, Tiny Voice Films, I think it is, on Instagram. We have a website as well, but I don't fucking know what it is.
I'll put all that in the description.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully you guys see the movie, and if you liked Blue Hour, thank you, for one, because I received a number of very discouraging emails from people about
Blue Hour
that
rules, dude. Fuck those people.
And yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, this was
dude, thanks
great.
for
It was
coming
nice meeting you, fellow Virgo.
You're very welcome.
And yeah. And until next time, this is Finished Foreplay, everybody. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Footage Foreplay. If you enjoy the show, please consider leaving a review, sharing it with a friend, or simply hitting like. These small gestures are a great free way to support this mayhem, and if you find some footage we should be fondling, email us at footageforeplay@gmail.com. Check back every Tuesday and Thursday for new episodes, and remember, don't skip the foreplay.